pace with control of this race. Here comes a run from Davey Hazard. He blocks the 10. Not going to be enough. Ryan Pace is going to win at Talladega.
Trying to hold off Wilson. He's done a good job so far. Wilson, one last desperate attempt to the bottom. He won't get there. Nick Curry wins at Bristol.
Coming out turn number 2, coming down the back straightaway here. Looks like he's in a class of his own right now.
Merzlak, one final time, get around the 55, big time send.
He hits the wall, he hits it, he gets the lead, but can he hang on to it? Oh my goodness, he made it to the line!
Big push down the backstretch is going to give him a good run through the corners.
Just a little bit
Follow from the 1.
A little bit of contact there for second, but coming to the line, Toby Roberson's going to take home the checkered flag and victory here from the new Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Before I wrap things up here in this segment, your thoughts on the type of race we're going to see tonight? And I would have to agree.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to tonight's feature presentation, the vast Renegade Cup Series here live from the Atlanta Motor Speedway on JTN. We're so glad you joined us here on this beautiful Sunday night from Atlanta, Georgia. As always, I'm your host, Joe Towanski. Join me up here in the booth once again here this evening, the one and only Mr. Joseph Weaver. Weaver, welcome back to Atlanta, buddy.
Hello, Joe, and hello, everybody at home tuning in here for some fast Renegade Cup Series action from Atlanta. Feels good to be out here in Hotlanta tonight.
It's a little warmer here tonight than it was earlier today for the NASCAR Cup Series, if you'll believe it, but Atlanta Super Speedway-ish, whatever. The acronym, we can't say it on air, but you know what it is if you're in on that joke. 114 laps tonight, though, here, Weaver. I mean, it's not a short race by any means, but it's these laps are going to fly by.
Yeah, absolutely, Joe. In the low 29s, 30-second range for lap times here. Going to be a quick race, 114 laps, like you said. Should be a good time out here. These drivers have one race here at Fast under their belt here, but still a pretty new beast for most of these drivers.
And we debuted this track 1 year ago. Since, things have been modified to include that extra pavement there you see here through the quad oval at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. This, of course, is your AutoSim 2 race preview. Remember, AutoSim 2 out now on the Steam store. Go check it out for $9.99. Again, AutoSim 2 now available on Steam. Going to go for 3 stages tonight, 35-35, and then the remainder of the race. Stage breaks, cautions, they throw a wrench in the plans. 35 laps, though, Weaver, puts us about 4 laps outside of our fuel window. So I have to think a lot of these drivers, they're either A, going to be saving, or B, going to be hoping for one of those really not-so-nice yellow flags.
Yeah, I definitely think with the way these stages are set up tonight, going to be some interesting strategy calls on when you bring that car down pit road. You can choose to cut that stage in half. You could run it out. You may pit a little early. It's going to be interesting to see what happens there. Like you said, we could have that yellow, or somebody might try and save, but it'd be a big ask.
Like servers getting reset on us, so they're waiting for those things to get finished up. But again, folks, can't thank you enough for tuning in. Make sure you say hello. Derek already saying hello over on Twitch as well as on YouTube, so thank you, Derek. Appreciate you greatly, sir. Wishing you and all the other guys over at the ISRL much good luck here. Like, we'll just be waiting for a couple cars to get in, and we'll be heading on over to qualifying. Atlanta. Beaver. I mean, this track, there are some very loud detractors. There's not as loud supporters. What's the old Mr. Joseph Weaver's opinion on it?
I don't hate it.
Yeah.
Could it be better? Yeah, every track that NASCAR goes to could be better in ways, but it is what it is. Big subscriber to the thought that once the track gets some good weathering in it in a couple of years, it'll be prime racing.
I was gonna say I think eventually we'll kind of go away from the current style of racing that they have here, and we might transition back to at least something that resembles the old Atlanta. Obviously not completely possible, right, because of the additional banking, but I think it was a good compromise in the short term, especially because we've seen these tracks, they get reconfigured, they get repaved, and they lose all of their momentum. Texas was never a popular place, but when it got reconfigured, it got absolutely destroyed any ability that track had to host large crowds. You can say the same about the Kentucky Speedway, that they no longer have events at there in Sparta, Kentucky. So, you know, it's hard to repave a track. Might not be as hard to reprofile that track to at least ensure some decent racing early on. So cars back out on track, getting some laps in. Moyer's tuning in as well before he straps in behind the wheel of the number 68 here this evening. Driver 68's a pretty good teammate. Teammate's going to be pretty important here tonight, right?
Yeah, a lot of the same adage that we go to when we talk about when we go to Daytona, Talladega. You're going to want to have a good teammate, want to have somebody that you can trust and work with through this race.
Matt McIntyre in the 34 tonight, substitute role for RJ Bishop. The classic-looking body armor colors on there. Now, you're a big Ryan Blaney fan. Did you like that all-white body armor water?
That was a snazzy machine, Joe. Real snazzy.
Real snazzy?
Yeah, big fan. Thought it looked good. You know, I like the original. You can't go away from that, but sprinkle that in every now and then, I wouldn't be mad.
Holman in his Logitech G Chevrolet. I'm wondering why we're still running some practice here. There you see Moyers in the 68 AMD. Classic colors there. When you were over with us, were you over with us at DCR, or were you a year after? Back in the day.
I think I got recruited once the team kind of blew up. I was the second wave.
Ah, okay. So I was the holdover from the blow up. Then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember who had the 10 before. Who did I end up taking the 10 from?
Honestly, I couldn't tell you.
It's funny how that worked out. One of my drivers ended up in the 10 in real life, and now it's kind of become my main go-to number.
Tyler Mellon there in the 18. Saw Tyler have a lot of success here Thursday night with the Bomb Squad at Racing Cup Series. Wasn't able to get the victory. Tyler is one of those detractors of this version of Atlanta. All right, looks like we're going to qualifying. Can I say finally?
Drivers, to your car.
Well, it just did. All right, with qualifying getting underway, we're going to go ahead and get a word from our partners with AutoSim 2. Have you ever wanted to manage your own racing team? Or what if you could go back in time to see if a particular season could have finished differently? Well, folks, have no fear, because AutoSim 2 is here. With fully customizable roster files, you can create your own world or try to recreate the past. Heck, you could even try to predict the future through AutoSim 2's Sim Mode. Don't like the passive approach? Well, then get more hands-on in Owner Mode, where you decide who drives your cars and what companies will sponsor them. Down on your luck? Well, then scout some new talent that will get you to the top. Already super successful? Try moving up the ladder or expanding to truly solidify your racing empire. However you want to play, AutoSim 2 has you covered and is now available for purchase through the Steam Store for $9.99. Now go make your mark and build your legacy in AutoSim 2. And again, folks, AutoSim 2 is now available on Steam for $9.99. We're going to be looking to participate in some of those sales here as the year goes on, so make sure you check it out. Again, AutoSim 2 now available on Steam for $9.99. Qualifying results should start to populate our ticker up above. Jovan Anderson currently on the provisional pole with a 31.073. Wide open, akin to your Daytona Talladega style qualifying laps here, Weaver. So just gonna, and with it being fixed setup, it's just about how hard you can hit that gas pedal and how pretty you can keep the wheel.
Yeah, a lot easier said than done sometimes. You can easily slip up. You come off that bottom just a little bit too much. Any number of things when you're talking a number of hundreds in the column that's going to be separating most of these drivers through the top 10. Any little slip up can cause you to fall down the leaderboards real quick.
To be fair, I was never any good at it, so maybe my perspective on it was why I was always struggling. So you have taught me something here tonight, Weaver. How's that feel? He's speechless, folks. He is absolutely speechless here this evening. Hoping we're going to be speechless by the end of this race. Going to be looking for a fun one here tonight. And qualifying results there at the top of your screen. Nick Gunther, who won last time out. We were live on JTN, currently now on the provisional poll. John Foreman, Oscar Ramos, Seth Cole, Jovan Anderson, your top 5 as of this moment. Allison Liara in chat as well. Going to be behind the wheel of the 24 here tonight. Welcome in. See Magoo tuning in, saying hello. But Weaver, looks like qualifying's complete. I think it's time for you to take us through tonight's starting lineup.
With pleasure, Joe. They said taking pole position. That's going to be the 56 of Nick Gunther. Set a time of 30.797. Outside row 1 is going to be the 70 of John Foreman. Row 2 is the 50 of Oscar Ramos Jr. and the 66 of Seth Cole. Row 3 is the 93 of Jovan Anderson and the 9 of Randall Coleman. Row 4 is the 24 of Ali Liara and the 19 of Nico Servideo. Row 5 is the 34 of Matt McIntyre and the 33 of Jeff Goodpaster. Row 6 is the 7 of Tyler Solid and the 088 of Greg Lovell. Row 7 is the 8 of Cody Luke and the 043 of Brian Lovell. Row 8 is the 22 of Benjamin Snyder and the 03 of James Moore. Row 9 is the 71 of Sean Romero and the 77 of Bill Murnahan. Row 10, the 41 of Denny Carroll and the 15 of Matt Watkins. Row 11 is the 11 of Billy Ryan and the 96 of Sean Whitehill. Row 11 is Row 12 is the 18 of Tyler Mallon and the 09 of Eder Villial. And row 13 is the 68 of Joshua Moyers and the 55 of Michael Murata.
Couple heavy hitters starting towards the back of our 26-car field here tonight. Going to be interesting to see how these drivers are able to navigate and try to find a way to the front on what is a narrow Atlanta Motor Speedway. You talked about a couple drivers. You said a couple names there at the back. Tyler Mallon, one that we know for anytime we're covering a race. Tyler always up there towards the front. Joshua Moyer's always a strong driver here at Fast. Matt Watkins, heard him joking around that he's a super speedway specialist, all the way back there in the 20th starting spot. Mikey Murata, Sean Whitehill, I'm a little partial to those two, of course. I'll be better about hiding it than Tony Stewart on the broadcast, but nonetheless, a strong field of 26 cars here tonight. And again, folks, this was your AutoSim 2 race preview here for the Fast Renegade Cup Series from Atlanta.
And quite a few strong cars sprinkled all throughout this field from 1st to 26th on the grid. Take your pick where the winner is going to come from, because it could be any one of those spots.
Who's your pick?
Ooh, let's see here.
I'm going to put a little star next to their number on my starting lineup.
Something tells me that 8 of Cody Luke. He not the best qualifying effort from him, but he's been hot lately. He's on a good streak. I think we'll see that Budweiser 8 in victory lane tonight.
He's definitely got the paint scheme for it. I'm, again, not going to be partial at all. I'm going to pick the JTN merch store again and go to the JTN merch store car. Sean Whitehill in the 96 starting back there on row number 11 in the 22nd position. And this could either go really bad for me or really well for me, Weaver. So just let's, whoa. Matt Watkins in the 15 trying to get some heat in the tires. That Funko Pop Toyota. See him swerving. Tyler Mallon doing more flips. Gymnast. Add that to the resume for driver number 18.
Something else that's going to be different tonight that wasn't the case during the actual Cup race today for NASCAR. Drivers don't have to pit coming into turn 3. We're going to have kind of traditional style coming off the turn 4 commitment line where it was before the repave.
So officials here at Fast trust their drivers more than NASCAR. Is what you're saying, Weaver.
Yeah, not as much risk involved here.
That is another very fair point to make. Can't find... Oh, my goodness. A couple Toyotas slipping down the back straightaway. The 15, the 18. A lot of grip in this racetrack from what I heard. About 2.56 counts of grip. Yeah. You're a big asphalt inspector. What does that mean for the folks at home?
It means be careful if you spin.
Seth Cole, 66, Last of Us Toyota. I know you've been watching that. It's a pretty good show, right? Obviously, off the video game.
Big fan. Still need to see the finale. I kind of been putting it off. Don't want it to end just yet, but.
So no spoilers in chat.
Yeah, no. I'd recommend it. If you have a feeling you want to watch it, go watch it. It's a good show.
HBO Max?
Yes, sir.
Drivers, to your cars.
Or sail the high seas. Getting ready to go racing here from Atlanta. 26 cars for race number 5 of the Fast Renegade Pro Cup Series season. 3rd broadcast live here on JTN. Last time we were live, Nick Gunther took home the victory, and he is on the pole here tonight in his number 56 Mazda. Wait to command here from Atlanta.
Drivers, start your engines!
Like we're missing the 50. Oscar Ramos Jr., but the rest of the field going to roll off of pit lane here. Everyone got off of pit lane. That's, first thumbs up of the night, right, Weaver?
Absolutely. There's the baby steps out here.
Nick Gunther and John Foreman there on row number 1. Shout out to the University of Michigan men's hockey team on their Big Ten championship last night. Jovan Anderson and Seth Cole there on row number 2. Ali Liara in the 24 Worth Chevrolet. And the 9 of Randall Coleman in the Logitech Chevrolet there on row number 3. Row 4 going to be Matt McIntyre in the 34. And the 19 of... Oh boy, this is a new one. Yeah. Weaver, you got to help me out.
The 19?
In the 19. And then Tyler Stallhood and Jeffrey Goodpaster rounding out your top 10 here for the start as we get behind our Toyota Camry TRD pace car. Nick Gunther with control. Fans are on their feet. And away we go. Green flag, and we're underway here from Atlanta. Great start by Nick Gunther. Going to be clear of the outside line. Clear John Foreman. Going to have help there from behind with Joe Van Anderson in the 93 here. Amico Toyota colors there as they rock it down into turn number 2. Or 3.
Top 2 on the inside line, but not a lot of help behind them. 3-car length gap. Those 3 cars on the top side, though, getting tied up with 4 more behind them. Oh, John Foreman hard on the outside wall.
Foreman hard into the outside wall. Going to be a big crash here down into turn 1. He's flipping.
Oh, no. Oh, big junk behind them.
2 cars on their respective roofs. Mikey Murata, Tyler Mallon. Tyler going to get a bump from Sean Whitehill to try to get him back on 4 wheels. And we're under our first caution of the night. And we're not under our first caution of the night. We're going to get a restart.
Get those backups out, boys.
Drivers, start your engines!
All right, made a lap. We're resetting anyways. Field going to roll off here of 26. Nick Gunther, John Foreman there on row number 1. Oscar Ramos Jr., Seth Cole, row number 2. Joe Van Anderson and Randall Coleman, row number 3. Ali Liara in the 19 is Servideo. I'm getting that wrong for sure. Matt McIntyre, Jeffrey Goodpaster there in a row. And out your top 10 here for the start. Howdy, Darren. See Sean Reap in chat as well. Derek rooting on Tyler Stallhood in the 7. Welcome in, folks. Let's try this again. Second start of the night with Nick Gunther in control. Let us know what you think of the Atlanta Motor Speedway in chat. Tell us what you think here of this new configuration. Write an essay. Write an essay. I don't care.
Trying to get that engagement all the way up, huh?
Exactly. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Tell us what you think about Joey Logano. Again, write an essay. I don't care.
We know y'all have the opinions. Gotta share them.
Gotta share them. Toyota Camry TRD Pro Pace car is in. Nick Gunther with control into the start zone, and away we go. Green flag, and we're underway here from Atlanta again. Once again, the 56 going to be able to get clear of the 70 there on the outside. Foreman in his Mustang going to be looking for a better start to this race. Of course, was the catalyst or the initial event, initial conditions for that first incident down into turn number 1 on the opening of this, the original race, as we're in the second race here. Nick Gunther, though, with the lead. Oscar Ramos Jr. there in second.
Inside light line staying nice and tidy now as we go through the trial to complete lap 1. Outside line led by John Foreman, about 3 cars back here, also tight.
Owen Anderson with a big moment there on entry to 3. Caught the inside, that red line on the apron with the right rear, or left rear tire, excuse me. Unsettled that car.
John Foreman ducks down into that inside line. 24 Liara jumps out to the outside.
They are going to try to lead that outside line now with Seth Cole in tow. Drivers have to be careful about cutting that apron there. Can't go below the red line to advance your
Tyler
position.
Stallhood loose. Oh, we got a congregation in the wall.
Oh, Stallhood hit there as he's parked in the middle of the track. X-side batteries. Oh, he's hit again.
Oh, you got to point it the right way.
That was a love tap. Look back at this incident here on lap number 4.
Looks like the 7 of Stallhood just gets those left side tires on that red line down there on the apron, upsets the car, and starts to go around. Looks like Greg Lovell behind him, swerving to miss. We had, I believe that was Liao up in the wall. No, that was Servideo.
Contact with James Moore. It looks like Moore was trying to avoid. Who do you want to go on board with here?
I think Sean Romero had a pretty good view through it.
Oh, no. Napa Auto Parts on board here in Atlanta.
Just trying to find a way through, and every way he went got plugged up.
So see some split strategies here. Some of the leaders coming down pit lane, some electing to stay out. And we talked about it, kind of, you're on the cusp of being able to make it here on a single tank of fuel through the stage. So some of these guys with track position electing to stay out. Some of the drivers kind of there in the mid-pack coming down pit lane to kind of shore up their ability to make it to the end of this first stage, which will conclude after lap 35. Let's see if we can't get something. Oh boy. Apologies, folks. Trying to get these things sorted away for you. We work our first caution of the night. We got a little bit before we go back to green. There we go. Good as new. Isn't that right, Weaver?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, there's one thing that's going to bother me. This is the beautiful part of an early caution, because this is normally where, you know, if you're Fox, you go to commercial, or NBC, you go to commercial, but, well, we love giving people all the action, you know, and that's really what we do here on JTN. We give you all the action, including all of our little screw-ups here on the back end. So you get those, too. It's great. Nick Gunther coming down, Liara coming down as well. One's in the grass. Is that the 34? Yeah, one's in, okay.
Yeah, I think Matt McIntyre there was parked for a little bit.
Okay.
Oh no, he just came. Maybe missed pit road there.
Interesting. All right, well, working our first caution of the night. I'll give you a reminder about our upcoming races here on JTN. First up, on Tuesday, it's the first race of the HVRL Maverick Cup Series from the Daytona International Speedway. Coverage kicking off at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, live right here on JTN. You see that Maverick board company car of Benjamin Snyder there. Then March 23rd is the Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series from Lime Rock Park. Coverage kicks off at 9:05 p.m. Eastern Time. And then we're back with the USORL Cup Series from the Daytona International Speedway. So, our Saturday, March 25th, this upcoming Saturday at 10:40 p.m. Eastern Time. Those races and much, much more, of course, going to be live right here only on JTN. Great slate of races, and of course, those all presented by our friends with SchemeHaven.com. One to go. Lights out on the pace car. Oscar Ramos Jr. going to lead us back to green in the number 50. Lee John Foreman, Seth Cole, Edward Leal, Mikey Murata, Sean Romero, Benjamin Snyder, Jovan Anderson, Greg Lovell, and Randall Coleman, your top 10. Have we lost anyone from this race?
Yes, Joe 77 has called it a night.
Bill Marnahan will end up finishing 26th here this evening. And folks, as always, love to hear recommendations on what we can do to make your broadcast viewing experience better, so let us know in chat as well. Or just say hello if you haven't already. This 70 car is up front all night, Weaver. Eventually, I'm going to have to talk about it.
Oh, I'm aware, Joe. I'm
All right, just making sure. Oscar Ramos Jr. with control here for the race start, coming back to lap 10 of 114 from the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Into the restart zone, and back away we go. Green flag once again here from Hotlanta. The inside line, not as good of a restart back. It looks like fifth car in line, Benjamin Snyder in the 22. Jovan Anderson dropped down to get behind Mikey Murata in the 55. Now outside starting to struggle as we head off of turn number 2.
Not the best start for the inside, but they stayed tight. At least these top four are. And they're going to start breaking away from this outside as they're a little discombobulated up there.
Mikey Murata now going to jump to the outside as Seth Cole thought he'd have something going there. Wasn't able to get a run. Get to that right rear quarter of that number 66 car.
Now Seth Cole going to jump to the outside, try leading that outside line. They're side by side for the lead.
Into 3 we go with that side-by-side battle for the lead. A couple Fords behind the Toyota of Seth Cole there on the outside. Now Jovan Anderson getting to the back bumper of Oscar Ramos, and he's got help from Greg Lovell and Brian Lovell in the 088 and 043 respectively.
Two very good pushers there in the Lovell brothers. Oh, the 09 squeeze into that outside of John Foreman.
I need to stat correct you there. I believe Cousins.
Cousins. Oh, I assume brothers. Apologize. Outside line with just a little bit more momentum, but Everly out still ducking
aggressive.
out, trying to form that third line on the outside.
They all getting aggressive on the back bumper of the 70 of John Foreman right now. Mikey Murata there, second in line on the outside. Now the line's starting to get even as this run goes on, Weaver.
Yeah, that inside line's starting to form real well, get tight. About 7 cars deep now. Looking a little better with a little disconnect between the 70 and the 09 here.
All right, want to get you, Weaver. You were correct. Brian and Greg are brothers. They do have a cousin that races, so that's a Joe's not good at remembering things. So apologies out there to the Lovels.
I was right.
You were right. I think I made the mistake of calling the cousin a brother. And, you know, like, you just, then it's like that, the mistake gets stuck in your head, right?
I got you. Hey, nope. Nobody's holding it.
Danny's their cousin. And this is why we have great fans here on JTN. Is now Foreman going to be stuck in the sucker hole there in the middle of the number 70.
Stuck in the middle, and this is going to get tight here. He's got to hold it on the inside. Looks like he's thinking about taking it. But he likes that outside line too much. Truly stuck in the middle. He's got the bottom if he wants it.
I don't think he wants it, though.
I don't either. He's had chances. Just can't quite clear that 09. Oh man, they're getting close. There's not a whole lot of room coming through that quad oval, Joe.
We're high above this. Oh, Brian on the apron there. That's gonna lose a lot of momentum for that inside. Oh, they're around.
The round goes Foreman.
John Romero up and over, flipping here down the back straightaway. Oh my goodness. Second caution of the night. Well, you said something might happen.
Yeah, it was just a matter of time. The way they were racing there, that 3 wide, Joe, it was bound to happen sooner than later.
I mean, a long developing wreck here, too, off the corner. See, 70 goes around.
Kind of pinches Brian level there on the 043 up into the 71 Sean Romero. They do a little sky dance for us.
Yeah. That doesn't... Since we're not in Daytona, though, you can't get your astronaut's license, right?
No.
And McIntyre almost had the wreck avoided there, then contact late with the 71 on the other side of it. Let's see, who do you think's a good... I think Josh Moyers might be a good onboard here.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's a good call.
Let's go on board with 68. And on board with the 71. Contact to be to your left. Think anyone got a concussion?
Nah, these cars are safe, Joe. Nobody gets a concussion in these.
One more look at it. It's crazy how these wrecks work when you look at them down the back straightaway, right? Because everyone's still flying by at 100 and something miles per hour. Getting ready to go back green here. Nick Gunther with the lead. Matt McIntyre there on the outside. Jovan Anderson, Greg Lovell, Randall Coleman, Oscar Ramos, Cody Luke, Seth Cole, James Moore, and Mikey Murata, your top 10 here for the restart. With just about 15, going to be 14 laps to go in stage number 1. 50 car going to drop out of line. I do not know what's going on there. Maybe a longest line penalty. Are you ready to re-rack them?
Let's get them going again.
Toyota Camry pace car going to make the hard left turn down the pit lane. Gives back way to Nick Gunther, your new race leader. Green flag. We're back underway here from Atlanta. Good restart from the 56.
A real good restart and a good restart. Everybody behind him's got a good line of cars there. Should bunch up real nicely as we come off the back straightaway here.
Inside line with the advantage. 6 cars now clear of the outside. See Mikey Murata making it 3 wide there. James Moore going to let the 55 get down in line. 34, I think, just has some major damage after that contact in that last incident, Weaver.
Yeah, I think so as well. Falling back real quick here up there on that high side.
Now cars jumping to the outside of Gunther in the 56. Jovan Anderson with help from Randall Coleman, Greg Lovell, Cody Luke, and Mikey Murata. Jovan now going to be clear.
Strong line form there with a little bit of help from all the 3 big manufacturers in this race. Led by a Chevy, pushed by a Toyota with a Ford in tow.
So you're saying the Mazdas and Subarus aren't big manufacturers as we're under caution again?
Oh, not in the sense that, you know, they have a good team, but they're not the big 3.
Just 09 going for a spin. I get to the bottom of this. Oh, they're gonna be 3 wide here. Orman on the bottom, Malin in the middle. Malin just up into Ediver in the 09.
There's real tight racing here for 3 wide. And that's what's going to happen. Pretty hard hit there on the front end for that 09 Everly Al.
Third caution of the night out here in Atlanta. The 50 has also retired now, so 2 cars out of this race. 50 of Oscar Ramos Jr., the 77 of Bill Murnahan. Then back there in 25th and 26th on your screen.
Most everybody choosing to stay out here. I believe if you're staying out now, you should be set for the stage break coming up about 10 laps.
So remember, stage 1 ending lap 35. Go to lap 70 thereafter. One car pulling off here, coming back to green. Or no, we're still under caution. All right, well.
I believe the 71 Sean Romero had an engine blow there. They got to extend the caution.
Oh, my goodness. All these cars coming back down pit lane. They're going to try to top off on fuel. Maybe stay out here at the stage ender.
How was your day, Joe?
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little disappointed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's understandable.
I thought today was going to be the day that that 6 car broke through, you know?
I was hoping for it.
Yeah, I was too. Nope, we got another Joey Logano. Got another Joey Logano Super Speedway win. So, nonetheless, hoping to see some more great racing action here tonight. Pace car is in. Jovan Anderson with control into the Geico restart zone. And back away we go. Green flag once again here from Atlanta. Once again, good restart from the whoever had control there. Anderson in the 93. Help from Greg Lovell. Again, know those two are teammates. They work so well together. Lovell giving that 93 all he can take.
Those two spending a lot of time together at Bomb Squad, but somebody doesn't race over there too often at 55. Michael Murata giving them both a good shove there, getting them out in a good lead here. They're 3, almost 4 cars now clear of that high side.
Mikey gonna jump to the outside of Lovell there, looking for second. Gets in front of the 9 of Randall Coleman. Coleman has help from the 8 of Cody Luke behind him. Those two working well together. See the 55 and 96 teammates out there as well. See if maybe they can get lined up here as Lovell now clears Mikey down the back straightaway.
There's a big move there by Motorcraft 4 to jump to that outside line by Michael Murata. Looking to get a win here on a super speedway type track. He knows how to get it done at these.
Liara there on the 24, that Worth Ford Mustang to the inside of Randall Coleman. That the battle for 4th. Going to be looking for 3rd with help from Sean Whitehill in the number 96.
55 taking a peek to the inside, not thinking better of it now. Got some good help there on that outside line.
Mikey again, big move to the bottom. Has help Cody Luke having issues. Something's wrong with the 8 car, Weaver.
Think it's blown up. The engine is off on the 8 car.
Caution.
Oh no. Did I do it to him?
I think you did.
Oh,
man. Is that JTN Jinx?
Usually you're the one doing it, man. I thought I was safe.
4th caution of the night.
Tell you what, though, good job by the field, able to navigate that situation, going, especially coming into turn 1 like that, going through the corner. That's real tight part of the track to go 3 wide through and have a car that far off pace.
Couple lead cars going to come down pit lane. Again, stage not over, so these cars all sacrificing those stage points. Heartbreaker for Cody Luke in the 8. See that Budweiser Chevrolet parked now. We'll see if they can fix it. Don't believe they'll be able to, though, Weaver.
No, probably not. Heard a big bang when that thing went down into turn 1 there.
Elvin Anderson just ran over the 70s crew. I don't know if you caught that. I did.
I'm glad I did not.
It was horrific.
Hope Bristol was able to get the censored bar up in time.
Unfortunately, he was not. So, folks at home, we apologize for those the graphic nature of what the 93 just did. Did a iRacing pit exit.
It looks like it was a piston issue there for the 8, probably, and now lack thereof as it's now entered low Earth orbit.
Randall Coleman going to have control. 2 laps to go here in the opening stage from the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Toyota Camry pace car going to make the left turn down pit lane. 9 car with control. And back away we go. Green flag once again here from Hotlanta. A couple cars towards the back trying to let off. Just let these guys go out there, see if they do any knucklehead moves late. Coleman, though, with the early advantage here off of turn number 2. Clear of both lanes.
Clear of both lanes, but expect them to get a run up to him here coming through turns 3 and 4.
Riddle out goes high. Got to try to cover back low to the line. 9 car gets that lap. 1 to go here in stage 1.
Greg Lovell now pulling side by side outside. He's got Liara pushing him behind. Josh Moyers. Will it be enough to get around this 9 car Randall Coleman?
Coleman with momentum on the bottom. Not enough, though, as Lovell going to inch ahead in the 088. 2 Fords working together on the outside. It's going to be a drag race off the final corner. Momentum on the outside is going to carry Greg Lovell to a Stage 1 victory here in Atlanta.
They are now making the dive down low to lead that inside line. Going to make the pass on Lovell here.
Ara with help from Coleman in the number 9. That 24, though, not able to lead that lap. Moving on to stage number 2 here. No stage cautions as God intended, Weaver. 24 pulls off.
Yeah, a lot of people out there might say that's how they should do it in real life. Think so? Put it in the chat. Let us know what you think. Outside line, or inside line rather, has all but disappeared. Still led by Randall Coleman, but not too many followers of the Colemanism down there.
They're not big Logitech followers.
I don't think so. Everybody's gelling up to this outside line now, trying to log off some. Ooh, close moment there between James Moore and Denny Carroll. Going to open up a hole for Tyler Mallon to get up in that outside line. Looks like a lot of drivers choosing to log off some laps here early stage 2.
Only 21 cars remain here this evening. Benjamin Snyder last on the lead lap at this moment in the 22. Everyone's starting to be okay with logging some laps here, Weaver.
Yeah, you saw it quite a bit today in the real race in those early 2 stages. Everybody just go single file, little gentleman's agreement. Let's get these laps under our belts before we start racing again.
Been racing to lap 70 for the end of stage 2. High above the grandstands here. See the 19 into the wall. See if McIntyre makes a move. 34 does not. '19 and 70 side by side. Battle for the wealth position.
lap car coming up here soon. It's going to be the 22 of Benjamin Snyder.
Yeah, these guys are able to navigate around the 22. It's going to be way off pace compared to them. Snyder going to keep the 22 high. We keep our cameras trained on this Kia. One should be able to squeeze on by.
Speaking of that 22 and Benjamin Snyder, should be able to see more of him coming up here at their season opener on Tuesday night.
Maverick Cup Series going to debut for Season 3, now with the High Voltage Racing League. Oh, buddy. Oh, they're wrecking! Tyler Stallhood up and over down the back straightaway after contact with Benjamin Snyder. We stay green.
Tyler Stallhood got it back going straight, still green after that incident.
A lot of side-by-side action just yet. See Randall Coleman going to duck to the inside, the number 9. Good passer in the 33, now going to get behind the 19. Trying to get some cars here lined up on the bottom. Everyone content, though, to run that middle to high line right now. And run CTS physics here tonight, Weaver. So these, not surprising to see these cars drive a lot like what the trucks drove like here on Saturday.
Yeah, seeing a little similar strategy employed by these drivers, but you know, the same folks out there trying to start that second line. Randall Coleman always loves getting out there and dicing it up, getting another line going.
Well, folks, we know you love to hear the sweet sounds of our voices, but while we're green flag racing here, let's give you the moment to crank it up. Saw Tyler Stallhood in the number 7 after that contact that saw the 7 car go up and over. He's back up to speed. Should be able to latch onto this lead group. They're coming back up on the number 22 of Benjamin Snyder. There you see that Maverick Kia. We'll see if these leaders can navigate around him. setting a blistering pace right now here, though. We already talked about it. Sub 30-second lap times around this 1.5-mile speedway. Approaching halfway as well. Gonna make it close here. You're gonna be able to get to the bottom. James Moore gonna throw it to the inside going into the corner. I don't.
A little adventurous there, yeah. If it works, it works.
19 coming down pit lane. 24 as well. I have a lot of moments up here in the booth, Weaver, of how would I have done it differently? And half the time, the way I would have done it would have probably caused even more damage or more trouble. So it's again, it's a good thing I'm not out there on track.
Nah, I think any move I would have made would have been better than whatever was. I think I could do better. Gotta be, right?
You knew better than everyone else out there, right?
I wouldn't say that, but I think if there's a situation where I think I could do better, I'm smarter.
I understand. Weaver's got an ego.
Maybe. I don't have talent.
Oh, leader's pitting. That was terrifying. Sorry.
All good. Get the important news out there. Greg Lovell down to pit road. Nick Gunther in tow, as well as Seth Cole and Matt McIntyre.
There was smoke. What
24 of Ali Liara coming back down, serving a penalty.
Our eyes peeled here in front of the field. And give you some laps here from the static shot above the grandstand. What did you think about them in the Cup Series race earlier today? NASCAR's Cup Series race, of course. This is the premier racing here in the Fast Cup Series.
This is the Cup Series.
This is the Cup Series. But in that Cup Series, what did you think about the pit lane being all the way around the corner? I saw a lot of people talking about safety. And I hope they just watch those top four come onto pit lane and then keep talking about safety. But go ahead.
Josh Miller's ducking down on the pit road there, but I definitely think it's the safest option. I think it's solving an issue before it becomes one, which is a rare occurrence in the NASCAR world. So I applaud them for thinking ahead with that move somewhat, and I don't think there's really another option that would be any safer.
Well, Weaver, if they would have just not repaved the track, it would have been safer.
Yeah, and something I can't say.
Looks like 24 has retired after the speeding penalty.
Coincident. 70 of John Foreman up in the outside wall.
You're still green?
I believe we are still green. We are. He had contact, though, with the 15 and Matt Watkins there. A little internet issue.
And you saw the replay there. Looks like he's having some issues. Oh, we're kind of just all splintered right now. 68 around the 22 having some problems.
18 ducking out of line, looking possibly pit this time.
Comes Malin down pit lane, hauled by Lonesome. Sketchy is that pit entrance.
Definitely think NASCAR made the right choice.
I'm not a fan, you know? Oddly enough, not a fan of that. Of the way it is on this version of the track. Now, I wish it wasn't timed. Or at least, like, I don't know if they had a way to like make a different speed limit or something, so they weren't going down there at 45.
Yeah, I could see that. I do think. I wish it could be different. I just think take all the risk out of it. Don't have somebody
Yeah.
trying to push a little too hard down there on that apron.
No, I understand. All of a sudden, Kyle Larson has like a 6-second lead after a pit cycle.
Yeah. And you got some random in a Rick Ware car in the back trying to do the same thing and kills a child.
What?
I don't know. You know, cars start flying, the weight shift, anything can happen.
All right, so
It's
that's
the world, it's the next gen world we live in, Joe.
I'm gonna figure out how to use that audio clip. Let me tell you. Don't know if it'll be this week. Don't know if it'll be next, but I'm gonna find a way. That is. Went from 0 to dark in a flash.
Getting word from the 55 crew, they're going to be pitting this time here, back of this lead lap group. Looks like a lot of drivers here now making their stop.
Oh. Okay, we made it.
I don't know if you could do that any better than the 55 did there.
That's the rest of our leaders, isn't it?
Yeah, correct. That was the last of the lead lap cars that had not pit. See how they all cycle out. You got the one pack led by Nick Gunther. Those were the cars that pit first. He's getting pushed by Greg Lovell, Joshua Moyers, and the 18 of Tyler Mallon.
Lovell now able to get to the outside of the 56 here.
They're going to be coming up on that last group here now with a good head of steam.
Coming up on Jovan Anderson in the 93. Again, end of stage 2 coming up here, lap 70. A very interesting inflection point of this race as Lovell retakes the lead here.
He's got one more car to get by. That's Denny Carroll in that 41.
Oh, my apologies.
It was the last car to pit. Was able to hold on to that lead pretty well. Came out with a good gap, but can't beat that pack.
Now Greg Lovell to the lead again. Josh Moyers, Tyler Mallon, 1, 2, 3.
Got a nice group of cars here making up your top 11 after the pit stops cycle through. Coming to the end of stage 2.
See if Moyers makes a move through 3 and 4 for the final time. Greg Lovell looking to sweep the stages here tonight, and will get it on lap number 70. A good points night for the 088 crew.
Something you don't mind having on a super speedway. Get some get some good points built up, and you know you can go
Just
buck
in
wild for that
case.
finish.
Yes, sir. As Weaver said, top 11 altogether.
All together, staying single file, pulling on these other small groups behind them.
Cody in chat says this is how they should do stages in real life. We agree, Cody. We agree. It's like next car they're going to come up on is Benjamin Snyder. Tyler Mellon, big moment there off turn 4. Hit the wall.
Got close, probably brushed up on it, got him a little Atlanta stripe from that one.
Got a whistle from Weaver, too.
Yeah, that was close.
And every day you get one of those.
You got to be real careful here. When you get up out of line like that, you slow down, it's real easy for a car to run you over. And we see how quickly a small spin can turn to a big wreck.
Ryan into the wall there. Why does that happen? Like, why, you know, it sounds like such a stupid question. But are you just getting a little tired? You getting a little too relaxed there behind the wheel? Is it, you know, obviously sometimes you get hit from behind, but that time it just looked like the 18 just, I don't know.
Could be. It looks like all these cars are fighting a pretty tight condition. They're off turn 4, coming up towards that wall, and sometimes you might just get a little lazy on pulling that car down off the wall and gets up a little out of your groove.
Go around the 22, Benjamin Snyder there. Snyder staying out of the way. Good job. A good lap car. I want to make a salute to lapped cars video.
All the times they did things right.
Yep.
I think that's a good idea.
People need to know how to be a good lapped car. Had some examples of doing things wrong here, too. Last week.
Oh.
Not just
You'll
tonight,
have
but,
that happen.
I mean, it's last Tuesday we had a moment. It's
These
great.
things happen.
These things happen. Vroom. Alright.
Up on the 7 of Tyler's Stallhood. Oh, now going another lap down.
Yeah, no, that car's been on its roof. You saw it live. We're not going to show it again. Subaru WRX presented by Exide Batteries. That's how they should say the cars. This is our RCR Chevrolet Camaro presented by Ricci, you know?
Yeah, it'd be a little more accurate, huh? Well, Joe, since my pick has no shot tonight.
Nope, not talking about who I picked.
No, well, your pick's still running well, up in 9th right now.
No.
That 96 car, Sean Whitehill. You gonna stick with that pick? We made it through halfway here, through the first 2 stages here.
You
gotta still rolling with the 96.
You gotta stick with your pick. I'm sticking with my pick.
Well, I don't have a choice, so
Yeah.
I'm you know,
I'm sticking.
I'm
with my
creating
pick.
this segment so I can change my pick, Joe.
No, no,
So
no.
it's happening.
Nope.
So all right, so I get. What I'm gathering here is you're sticking with your pick with the 96.
Yep.
Well, I think I'm gonna change my pick. It was a good run there. Good run there for Cody Luke in the 8. Hope he gets that piston issue figured out. Gets back out here.
It gets back out here. There's just a hole in the engine block, but I hope he gets back out there.
No DVP here, no going to the garage rule. So if the crew works fast enough,
put
they
the
can get a
backup
new
motor in,
motor in
right?
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
they can do.
Who's your pick, Weaver?
I think I'm gonna roll with the 55 there, pushing your pick. He's gonna push your pick to the front and then kick him to the curb.
So we're picking both the cars that I own.
You own the 55?
Yep.
I was unaware.
Yeah. All right. So when my bill after this race is a couple $100,000 more than it should be.
Not my fault.
That's definitely your fault.
Not my fault.
Better get on the radio and tell those boys that's not free reign to just go tear up the stuff. These next gen cars are expensive, man. Can't put Bristol and all his friends can't be working in the shop, you know.
No, I wouldn't want to. That might be what led to that motor blowing the 8 car. You can't really torque them screws down to spec with no thumbs.
Well, they weren't working on the 8. The 8's a rev car.
Yeah, but we know how the alliances go here at Fast.
That's not
Everybody
how
gets a little parts from it.
Whoa.
Going past a couple lap cars here on the inside.
Now let's take you back down the... Weaver, you want to go down... Why don't we go down our career? That was close. Holy cannoli.
My 34 got loose there going through the quad oval. Gathers it back up without issue.
Matt McIntyre, have a day.
Good save, man. Good save.
You want to go back through our fast... I got a comment that actually asked on one of the shorts of what FAST stood for. It's the Friends of Sim Racers Tour.
Because we're all friends.
Yep.
We're sim racers, and
we're touring.
Another word for a series can be touring.
Do you want to do a fast history deep dive?
I don't know.
Here?
I think we could say that for like a special episode, something.
A special episode of the Fast Cup series on JTN.
We could do something special with that.
All right. We'll make a tree.
Maybe a special Fake Racers podcast when we have a off week or something.
Yeah.
We'll actually talk about fake racing, go through our history as fake racers, and get the whole JTN crew in there.
That's a good idea. Weaver, look at you having really good ideas. I'm proud of you.
I'm good for one every now and then.
Yes, you are.
We got a little movement here at the front of our line. Greg Lovell ducking down for pit road here. He was one of those cars that came down early the first time around, but now all by himself.
Really aggressive, too. Should be good to go on fuel. From what we know, they can go 30. Only got to go about 26, 27. Alright, Derek, welcome back. Welcome back to the show. Fast Cup series from Atlanta. Remember, folks, be a friend, tell a friend about our streams here on JTN. Solid viewership tonight. Make sure if you haven't already, drop a like on the video again. That does do so much to help support us. We crossed the 1,300 subscriber mark. And I feel confident in saying that now, because we're a couple subscribers over that. And the numbers like to fluctuate, so hopefully they don't fluctuate anymore. So thank you so much. As always, we really appreciate that. Looks like Moyers might be coming down pit lane this time by in the 68. Nick Gunther coming down as well in the 56. And if someone told me 1,300 people cared about what I was talking about that back in the day, I would have told them they were crazy, Weaver.
Hey, we knew we were going to get here.
We did not. Tyler, you knew. Tyler Mallett with the lead. Now let's just get to 2,000 by the end of the year. Tell us what your favorite JTN memory is in chat. That's a good one, right?
Yeah, I think we've had quite a few pretty good moments out there. I think everybody should have at least one. Tyler Mallon leading this group of lead lap cars. Brian Lovell close in tow, pushing in second place. Denny Carroll in third. Joe Anderson in fourth. .33 of Jeffrey Goodpaster rounding out your top 5 here on lap 93. Joe, what's going to be the move here that wins the race?
Can you execute that last pit stop, and where do you come out? I think it's going to be as simple as that, because we really haven't seen these drivers shuffle on this run, Weaver. I mean, yeah, Tyler Mallon's leader right now, but that was after the 2 cars in front of this 18 car came down pit lane. So how well do you pit? Do you maybe make a swing, take 2 tires? You know, these drivers that are staying out here, they're not going to need as much fuel as those guys that already came down. So I think it's really going to be about that, because it's hard to pass by yourself, and that temptation when you're the second, third car in line to just stay in the line and get back behind the leader to make that easy pass on a guy ducking out of line is oftentimes way too strong. See, leader's going to go on by Mallon now down pit lane.
18 Tyler Mallon all alone down pit road.
So,
no Jovan Anderson, Denny Carroll were late pitters there, later than everybody else in this group, so look to them to stay out the longest.
So again, I mean, it's really, you know, you want to stay out here too, because you maybe can trap someone a lap down. Got a lot of cars a lap down right now. Should be all the way back through 8th. Billy Ryan, last car in this draft. Perry says 1,300 are here for you, Weaver. So none of them are here for me.
Oh, that's pressure.
They're all here for you. It's that Weaver bump we were talking about.
That might be my favorite JTM moment.
When, like, the first, 5 races you called all of a sudden had, 15 extra people watching every week.
Yeah, there was something going on there.
There's magic in the air.
Can't tell you. It was a sign. Big move here to the bottom. Jovan Anderson leading that charge.
Oh,
Denny
contact!
Carroll!
Big wreck here at the front of the field.
Goodpaster around. Oh, Mikey is around. That's going to bring out a caution.
Are you ready to up the ante?
I think so. Joe's going to get interesting now.
Replay of it, you saw it live. Goodpaster just right into the 41. Nothing with intent,
been running.
But
No, you've been running that middle line for quite some time. You hadn't gone down to the low line. You didn't know how well it's going to hold down there, and you're on these old tires. You go down low and it just starts washing up more than you'd expect. Sooner or later, you're going to come to a car or a wall.
on board with 55. Again, talked about it being on the lead lap, caution coming out. Bada bing, bada boom, there it is.
Yeah, big advantage. 8th on the back. Have pit and is a lap down, so they're going to be probably staying out here taking a wave around.
Tyler Mallon able to come down the pit lane. Going to get the lucky dog here. 18 will be able to 4 tires, top off on fuel. But this puts...
I think that's a big break there to come down and get those 4 tires, help the maneuverability of your car, really be able to put it wherever you need to get the job done here as we get to the last 15 laps of this race.
Ryan Lovell wins the race off pit road. Jovan Anderson, Sean Whitehill, Billy Ryan. Gonna come off pit lane in the same order. Mikey, Goodpaster gonna lose some positions. Probably gonna have to take a tail end penalty here. But we're gonna get a lot of wave rounds. So that's a good thing, right?
Yeah. A lot of different strategies throughout the field here. Some people on fresh tires, some older. Everybody should be good on fuel. Setting us up for a good run to the finish.
Saying a good finish coming up? Or great finish? Spectacular finish?
Wonderful, amazing. I'm gonna give me a thesaurus to keep on deck for moments like these, Joe. Try wowing you with my words.
So I gotta ask you, Weaver, we're under caution here. There's some big news in the world of football this past week. Something we kind of all expected at this point. See, I don't know why these guys are going around and the rest of these cars aren't going around yet. I guess because they're only a lap down. Right? I don't know. Something's afoot.
We'll figure it out.
34's in the grass again. That's the second time that's happened tonight.
Third time.
Third time?
Third time.
Oh. You know something I don't.
He was down there the lap before. That's why I thought he was stopped down there earlier when you pointed it out.
Anyways, big world of football stuff. Aaron Rodgers sounds like officially going to be gone from the Green Bay Packers. You sad about that?
I wouldn't say I'm sad about it, no. He had a great career in Green Bay. I enjoyed it. I thank him for all his time and success he has brought our team. But, time moves on. And hopefully we got somebody good waiting in the works like it was when Brett Favre retired and Aaron Rodgers came about.
Okay.
That not the answer you wanted, Joe?
I am very proud of your outlook on it. Or very happy. Proud might not be the right word, but...
I mean, it was going to happen sooner or later, right?
Oh, yeah. I know I don't think I could have the same outlook losing a generational player. But then again, I haven't experienced a Super Bowl either, so. Like Ben Snyder staying behind the pace car here. We're still under caution. This is kind of the longest caution we've had all night.
We'll have to figure out here with the lap down cars, kind of getting caught in the middle of a pit sequence there.
Also had a report, Darren Ingram, driver of the number 5 here, was not, they didn't hold the team plane for him. That's why Darren wasn't here tonight. Would have been great to see the 5 car out on track, but the Rev guys didn't hold the plane for him, so.
You could have told me. I mean, I flew out there pretty quick. We were just hanging out not too long ago today, and I was able to make it.
I don't know. Someone's making an excuse somewhere is all I'm saying.
Yeah, it sounds like somebody is.
The final stage here.
It looks like everything's sorted out now. I expect to get one to green this time by 0:43 our leader.
Taking the top, taking the bottom.
Aaron
just came from the top rope for you.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he says you fart too much.
Wow.
I've never had that issue up here in the booth. I think he's just being a big meanie in chat.
Yeah, I mean, that's typical there from old Darren Ingram.
Oh, wow.
Big meanie.
You taking the inside? I would have took the inside if I was
Yeah,
43.
Looking at the cars around me, I think the inside. Looking a little. I like the pushers there.
I like having teammates behind me. And not my teammates, but two teammates. Because you know they're going to have to work together. And they're both going to be trying to get themselves clear. And if they maybe, if they get clear, I don't know. It's all a game. It's all a game. It's a chess game. Because we get ready to go back. Green flag racing here. With 11 laps to go from the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Have to think stuff might hit the fan here, so we'll keep our eyes open all the way around this 1.5 mile speedway as the Toyota Camry pace car is in. Brian Lovell with control in the 043. Back down and away we go. Green flag once again here from Atlanta. Not a good restart for the outside line.
Not at all. Some big wheel spin there. Top three on the inside line, breaking away from their help, though. The 33 jumps down. Good passer to help that inside line.
Good passer joins those two Fords in front of him. Sean Whitehill and Mikey Murata both now clear. Single file here at the front. Top three, call it 4. As we come off of turn number 4.
Number 4, Sean Whitehill goes to the outside. Michael Murata close in tow behind. 33 also going with him. No help for the 93 on the inside line.
Whitehill with the push from the teammate Mikey Murata there in the 55. Those two going to go to the point. 1-2 here. Going down, it's turn 3. Help from the 33. A good passer behind.
Big shot there, and they're going to be clear of the inside line. A lot of help on that outside, though. They might think staying up there is a good idea.
Staying up there, but you got to make sure if that third car in line gets a run as the 34 is going to come back up the track. Going to destroy Nick Gunther, Joshua Moyers, Greg Lovell. Caution going to be out. Whitehill leads him back to the line. All right, Weaver, we saw it live.
Yeah, 34, Matt McIntyre gets on the apron going through the quad oval. Looks like might get that car a little loose and maybe an overcorrect up into the outside. Taking out quite a few cars there.
On board with the 9 Randall Coleman. Oh, 88 and 68 phase together there. Pole sitter Nick Gunther is destroyed. It's the first car to get hit. So, yeah. We're doubled up. We're going back green this time. Bye. John Whitehill going to take the outside lane. Your friend tell a friend. End of this race about to get pretty interesting. With 6 laps to go when we get the green flag. Lap 109 of 114. Can we make it to the end, Weaver?
I hope so.
Well, Hope is up here in the booth as well. Coming back to the green. Sean Whitehill with control. Back. Down and away we go. Green flag once again here from Atlanta. As the 96 and 55 going to get hooked up here on the bottom.
Sean Whitehill with a good lead there. Coming off that restart. Going to slide down in front of his teammate in the 55, Michael Murata.
Executed that restart to perfection. As we just had a bunch of cars disappear. And they're back.
Oh, my. That's
Caution.
not good.
No. Something's happening with the server.
Oh, they're still coming back, and they're flipping down the front straightaway. Denny Carroll.
Weaver, I don't see him. I'm out.
Oh, yeah, you are all the way out. Wow. Folks, I don't think I can explain what happened there, but just know a lot of cars have wrecked. People are not okay. Probably a server issue here. One of the unfortunate things you have to deal with here, racing online. Man.
Well, I got an export of the results from the previous lap.
I can tell you our leaders, 96-55, are okay. They made it through. 33 of Jeff Goodpaster has reappeared in third place, as well as the 11 of Billy Ryan in fourth.
Oh, I'm getting a server is incompatible notice. What? Well, this is interesting. Let's see if we can't fix that. Weaver, I can't get back into the server.
Maybe go ahead and try a whole restart of the game.
I did.
Maybe try again, because somebody else that fell out is also just got back.
Oh, we're trying a lot to get you back for the end of this race, folks. Weaver might be taking your radio style here. Never mind. I know what I was doing wrong. I was clicking the wrong server, Weaver.
Yeah, that'll do it.
It will. Oh, brother. Are we going back green?
I think so. We're lined up, Joe. You just got back in time.
Oh, boy.
Sean Whitehill, the 96, is your leader. He's going to be leading that outside line at 55. Michael Murata on the inside. Oh, I don't think I was live.
We're back, yeah. Whitehill with control down the back straightaway. Mikey there in second. They're side by side for third, down into three with just 2 laps to go this time for the line, Weaver.
2 laps to go as they cross the stripe. The 11 of Billy Ryan there in third. Oh, he's going to make a move low. Michael Murata blocks. He's going to be inside with Sean Whitehill. Sean Whitehill up top with no help.
Ryan puts the 2 teammates side by side down the back straightaway. Whitehill going to have help from Matt Watkins there in the 15. Mikey on the bottom with help from the 11.
Coming to the white flag this time. The teammates are side by side for the lead. Not a lot of help on that inside. A lot of help on the outside.
White flag in the air. 1 lap to go here from Atlanta. Sean Whitehill with the lead with help from Matt Watkins in the 15.
Top 2 on the outside, clear. Michael Murata fighting it back, though. He doesn't have much help down low.
Mikey trying to hold on to that podium spot, but the battle is going to be for the lead. Can Matt Watkins make a move here on Sean Whitehill in the 96? Nick Gunther with a big move to the bottom, now on the apron through turn 3.
3 wide for second, but Sean Whitehill is going to bring it home and win the race at Atlanta Motor Speedway as they go flying behind him.
That was the most chaotic finish to a race for multiple reasons. Wow.
Sean Whitehill wins the race. The 33 of Jeffrey Goodpaster comes home second, rounding out the podium. He was 14th at the white flag. He finishes third. Oh, I lied. He was a lap down.
John Foreman finishes third.
John Foreman sideways and in the air finishes third. Got tripped up there by Matt Watkins in the 15. Oh,
Sean
man.
Whitehill burns it down, and folks, we did not pay for this JTN Ford to win the race, but Whitehill burns it down here from Atlanta. First win of the year. I think it's hard to do a burnout with these gears. So Sean going to take it to victory lane. Let's get you a replay of the finish to this race because, folks, it was something. So again, the 15 car was a lap down, which I don't think either of us realized that, Weaver, so we're bad. But here's a replay of the finish. Whitehill able to take it home. John Foreman just barely able to edge Nick Gunther to the line. Saw the contact there with the 70 and the 56. .34 gives him a hit for good measure. Goodpaster comes home in second. Folks, just remember that JTN beat two very good institutes of higher education here tonight. There's the contact. My goodness. Weaver, I think that was the most chaotic finish I've seen.
Yeah, I'd say so as well.
But results going to be on your screens in mere moments. Get those to you, as well as talk with our podium finishers. We'll be right back here on JTN after a word from our partners with Auto Sim 2. Have you ever wanted to manage your own racing team? Or what if you could go back in time to see if a particular season could have finished differently? Well, folks, have no fear because Auto Sim 2 is here. With fully customizable roster files, you can create your own world or try to recreate the past. Heck, you could even try to predict the future through Auto Sim 2's Sim Mode. Don't like the passive approach? Well, then get more hands-on in owner mode, where you decide who drives your cars and what companies will sponsor them. Down on your luck? Well, then scout some new talent that will get you to the top. Already super successful? Try moving up the ladder or expanding to truly solidify your racing empire. However you want to play, AutoSim 2 has you covered and is now available for purchase through the Steam store for $9.99. Now go make your mark and build your legacy in AutoSim 2. Again, folks, AutoSim 2 is now available on the Steam store for $9.99. And AutoSim 2 now available on Steam for $9.99. Figure out our finishing results here. Working through some stuff, but let's go ahead, and we still don't have any drivers in our waiting room. So we're still waiting for that. But Weaver, I think that was about We promised people a good finish. I think we got a good finish, despite the chaos.
Yeah, definitely had a good finish there. Good run to the line. Uh, just a lot going on there. Those last 10 laps, lot.
Oh man. All right. Results on your screens here in a few seconds. They're not the best. They're not the most. They're accurate though. They're gonna be on your screens here in 3, 2, 1. They should be there now. Let's go ahead and start by talking with our race winner.
Let's make him wait. We'll make him wait a little bit. Soak it in.
We brought him in.
Well, he did. Well, it's fine.
Okay, we'll bring in the 33.
Yeah.
All right, you start figuring. You talk with the 70s PR real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I bring in our second place finisher. He's the driver of the number 33 Ford, Jeff Goodpaster. Jeff, you got a copy?
Go ahead, Joe.
All right, buddy. Second place run here, Atlanta. I think that was the most chaotic finish to a race I have ever seen. What say you?
It started out upside down on my lid in my pit stall. But just a small little grip flip from Cody pulling out of his spot, maybe going about like 20 miles an hour. But yeah, it was started out on my lid, but never fear, I'm there at the end.
Obviously a hectic, chaotic. This race had a weird flow to it tonight, right? The first stage had 3 or 4 cautions early on. Second stage through the last 10 laps pretty much runs caution free. How difficult is that to navigate kind of with just so much uncertainty here tonight that maybe we haven't experienced yet this year?
For me, it's my first time racing this track because I wasn't here last year for this race because I was elsewhere. But to me personally, I was just matter of from the get-go taking my time, missing all the chaos and the wrecks and everything, and eventually hooked up with Joven and Cody at one point until Cody blew. Then it was just me and Joven and some other people, but we worked on a little pit strategy at the end.
Well, strategy works out perfect. You're up there with the chance to win. What is there anything different you can do there at the end? I know they're getting 2-3 wide behind you, and you're kind of along for the ride at that point. But reflecting on those last 3 laps there at the end of this race, was there anything you could have done differently behind the wheel of 33 to be parking it in victory lane?
Not exactly. It was you're either got somebody behind you pushing you, or you're just like a parachute. You're slow.
Well, Jeff, again, a fantastic run for you in this 33 team here tonight. Second place finish. Before we let you go, though, I want to give you the opportunity. A lot of great family, friends, partners on this 33 car. The floor is yours to shout out all those folks that get you to the track every week.
Yes, I'd like to give out a good shout out to SNHU, Southern New Hampshire University. I'm going through them right now for game and design and development for your bachelor's degree. So I want to thank them for being on the car all season. For a second, I want to thank my wife. She's at work right now, but I'm pretty sure she's watching, if I'm not mistaken. I'll find out from her in the morning if she watched. She's a big supporter of me doing this, so I can't thank her enough for letting me do it. And that's pretty much it.
Well, Jeff, again, congratulations on the second place run here tonight. Cannot thank you enough for your time after this one. Look forward to hopefully getting a chance to talk with you throughout the rest of the year. And good luck between now and I think next time we're live is Talladega next month. So good luck between now and then.
Thank you, Joe. You guys do a good job on the broadcasting as always.
Appreciate it. Jeff Goodpaster, driver the number 33, your second place finisher here tonight. We're good to talk with the 70, Weaver?
Yep, everything's good.
All right, let's go ahead and bring in our third place finisher. He's the driver of the number 70, University of Michigan Ford Mustang. Still got something wrong there. John Foreman. John, you got a copy?
Hey, what's up, guys? I think you're stuck on 2018, huh?
I've just been looking at a lot of them because there's a lot around here, but Nonetheless, second place qualifier tonight, third place finish. Know you put a lot into this series here. How good does it feel to get this podium tonight?
Yeah, well, it was kind of funny because Weaver messaged me. He's like, "Oh, you want an interview?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, top 3 gets an interview." I kind of forgot about that because I was trying to think. I don't think I've ever finished top 3, or at least if I have, it's not been in one of your races. So definitely pretty cool. Obviously, I well aware that I'm usually a mid-pack driver, and there's no shame in that. This is a good series, but it felt really good to run up front tonight, or at least part of it.
So, talk about, feel like most weeks you're in the mid pack. Tonight, though, you're up front. You're mixing it up with these guys throughout the entirety of the race. You started up front. We saw the original starts of the race did not go as planned, but then you get the redo. How difficult is it to kind of race around these guys, knowing that they're here with you every week too? They might have this perception of you and the 70 team is, okay, well, we should be quicker than them. We're usually quicker than them at, Vegas or whatever it may be. How do you fight that perception that they have and then go out and get this good finish tonight where you outraced how many people? You outraced 23 other guys?
Yeah, I would say probably more than anything, it's just my confidence that matters. I mean, my driving style over the years has been very much hang back and be conservative and don't be too aggressive. So trying to be as you mentioned at the start of the race was a little bit of a growing pain, right? But I pretty much, when I first started at NR, I would never even restart up front. Literally every single caution I would intentionally get a black flag and got to the back of the pack because I didn't trust myself to restart. So yeah, definitely feels like progress has been made. The fact that a few years ago I wouldn't have never even started up front, and then that's how you get better, is you fail a lot of times and then you start to get the hang of it, right?
Hey, you got to fail a couple times, right? And then you can keep going and you learn your lesson and you keep going. But John, again, a fantastic run for you here tonight. Third place finish. Congratulations on that. Can't thank you enough for your time, but before we let you go, you got a lot of great partners on that car, one I know a lot about, but want to give you the opportunity. If there's anyone or any friends, family, whatever it may be, the floor is yours, buddy. You can shout them out.
Oh, yeah. So I, as you well know, I used to actually race in the lecture halls at U of M North Campus, right? So I used to race in Chrysler lecture hall and sometimes in the Eeks building because I didn't have a TV at the time. Right, so it kind of in honor of those experiences, that's why I carry the U of M colors, obviously, and of course I'm an alumni, so that helps. And then Switchfoot, of course, they're my favorite band, and so I've represented them on my car for many years, and it's always fun to I will have to send this to my friends. Thanks for this one.
John, again, congratulations on the third place run. We want to talk with you more. I want to see you back up here in the booth in a month's time at Talladega. Good luck between now and then. And as always, go blue, buddy.
Peace out, guys. Vamos Azul.
John Foreman, driver the number 70. Your third place finisher here tonight. Let's go ahead and finally bring in our race winner. He's the driver of the number 96, JTN Merch Store Ford. We brought him in, gave him a little tease, put him back because he didn't look like he was just ready just yet. Again, driver number 96, Sean Whitehill. Sean, you got a copy?
Oh, I'm always ready. I got a copy.
So real quick. I haven't said anything to Weaver about this here in post race yet, but we made picks of who we thought was going to win the race before before qualifying even, and Weaver picked Cody in the 8, and then Cody had his issues, and then Weaver got to pick again. He picked your teammate Mikey Murata in the 55. Sean, do you know who I picked?
Who'd you pick?
I picked you, buddy, because I have all the confidence in my driver of the number 96 Ford Mustang. How'd you go out there and win that race tonight?
I don't know. Right place, right time. That's all you could. That's all it really came down to. One of these kind of deals. Last year, on JTN, this JTN store, this JTN merchandise store car was out of the race by lap 7. Or 8, somewhere around there. Either way, out early. And a year later, we're in Victory Lane. for the second time in 2 years, third time in almost 5 years. So we're starting to get some momentum back. I'm loving it. I don't know how I won. I just, like I said, just stayed out of trouble. Uh, I made the right call. I feel like pitting, it, kind of. I mean, I'm not going for points really. So I made the decision to go for fuel over stage points. So I pitted for fuel, and I think that actually, I think that ultimately helped me win because I was able to pit later and had that caution near the end, and everybody had it put me in the top three, and I was just able to stay there for the rest of the race, and it just put me in a good spot to do burnouts in the grass. I don't know.
Well, obviously, victory here tonight. You're up front throughout pretty much the entire second half of this race. I know early on trying to navigate through some of those wrecks is always one of those tough parts, especially when you're at the loss for track position like you were at the start of this one. How much did it help though to have a teammate behind you there in the closing stages of this race? We saw you and Mikey execute that teammate restart on the front row to perfection at the end. Twice. We missed the second one on camera, by the way, because of all the stuff happening with the server there. But how important was it, and how satisfying is that to kind of work so well with a teammate there in the closing stages of a race and knowing that someone has your back right behind you?
I don't, you know what? I don't know if I'd be in here in victory lane without it. Big thank you to number 55 Ford Mustang of Michael Murata. I want to call him Mariota. Someone earlier, not to name names, Cody would call him Mariota, and I almost said that. But no, yeah, especially at Super Speedway, teammates, having friends out there plays a big part, and especially in some restart. I was trying not to get a jump. I didn't want to make it look too shady. I try to keep speed as consistent as possible, and Mikey just left that perfect, just enough of a gap twice for me to sneak in, and ultimately just push me until we got separated at the very end.
Well, Sean, again, a great run for you tonight. Victory lane, you parked this 96. Could be more proud of you and this entire team. Before we let you go, though, I want to give you the opportunity. Got a lot of great partners on this car. Got a lot of great folks at home. Floor is yours, buddy. You know what to do.
Absolutely. All right. I want to thank Cheez-It. They've been on my car for a long time, long butt time. I want to thank JTN for broadcasting another great race. I want to thank the store for providing a lot of merchandise. Go to JTN store. It's linked somewhere on my car. You can get shirts, you get hats, you get a mug. There's a shirt with my car design on it. You can get it in white or black. You got a lot of good stuff on there. I want to thank Tire Discounters. I want to thank Menards, big sponsor this year, and for the last 3 or 4 years. Also, I want to thank Little Caesars. First time they've been on the car in about 10 years. And eventually we're going to run some kind of piece for them. Let's see. I want to thank Brad's internet service. You might pull up Brad's lag switch earlier. That's probably what caused that. I want to thank myself. I want to thank Baby Dale Jesus. I want to thank Ryan. I want to thank Mikey again. I want to thank Joe, Joey, Joseph, Randall, Austin, Corbin, Trey, Cal, Alex, Grodon. Let's see. I want to thank the lads, the Mads, the Chaz, the Rads. I want to thank Barry Pepper. I want to thank Jeff Fuller's Mullet. I want to thank the Team Tomansky crew. And of course, Bristol, Ray's crew chief / producer. And for moral support, I want to thank Terry Labonte. I want to thank Bob Labonte. I want to thank Joven. I want to thank Tyler. The 781 people I have fired over the years. And more importantly, the Corporation of Public Broadcasting and viewers like you. Thank you for tuning in.
Sean, as always, it's a pleasure to talk with you. Congratulations once again on the victory here tonight. I know this is a lot of good momentum for you in this 96 crew, wherever you are. And again, congratulations on the win. We look forward to hopefully getting the chance to talk with you in a month's time at Talladega.
Absolutely.
Sean Whitehill, driver the number 96, your race winner here tonight. And I gotta tell you, he didn't have that written down on a card. He has that all memorized.
Oh, I'm well aware of. Thankfully, I've heard a Sean interview before, so it's always good to hear.
But obviously, tonight's race, I think we got the best of both worlds, right? We got a long green flag run. Saw these guys kind of playing chess out there. You get the chaotic end to the race, too, that I think is always good for folks at home and for us up here in the booth for sure. But nonetheless, got a little bit of everything tonight, right?
Absolutely, Joe. Like you said, we got the green flag pit stops. We got some caution laps. We got some crazy server issues and a good finish out of it. So I don't think you can ask for anything more.
Can't ask for anything more, and you got it all here on JTN. That's why you want to make sure you're subscribed to us so you don't miss a second of any of the racing action right here on the JoeTowNetwork. Click that subscribe button. You also want to go over to our social media at JoeTowNetwork, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. We have them all linked down in the video description below. As Sean said, you can also get some of our great merch on our merch store. That's another great way to help support us if you have the means. And anything we make off of that, we try to put back into our product to make it better for you folks at home. The next time we're live, of course, with the Fast Renegade Pro Cup Series is going to be on April 23rd from the Talladega Super Speedway, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, so 1 month's time. But we're also going to be live this Tuesday night, Maverick Cup Series. It's Maverick Night in America once again from the Daytona International Speedway. Going to be a good one there, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Tuesday. With all that being said, though, folks, that's going to wrap it up here for us at JTN from Atlanta with the Fast Renegade Pro Cup Series. For all of us here at JTN, for our producer Bristol, for Joseph Weaver, I've been Joe Twansky. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time live right here on JTN. So long for now, folks.
Yeah, and they're going to be 3 wide coming to the checker. Never mind, they're going to be... Oh! Turn 4 into the trioval. Whitehill in through the grass. It's going to be Noah Joyce winning his first career race in the Red Bull Cup Series.
Off the right and a wrecking behind him. The cars flying everywhere. Cars upside down. It doesn't matter. Noah Joyce has done it. He's won at Daytona in the 3 car.
Behind, they're going to be side by side again. Contact there between Sinner and Bordeaux for
Oh, the contact! Oakley into the wall. That's going to be Jack Healy coming to the line.
Jack Healy